In today's video, I'm going to be starting a new series, and that series is going to be progress that I make on this city. And before I start anything, I just want to say that, like, as a YouTube user such as myself, I find that there's not a lot of content similar to this, and I know that people could benefit based off of, seeing somebody build a city and hearing the steps that go into it and the thought processes. And a lot of the content that you see on YouTube, it's kind of those time lapses. And I thought that I'd go into it and describe what I do. And I'm not going to be using a script or anything. It's just going to be me building. There are going to be some, like time lapses of me doing something boring, like some roads or something. But without further ado, this is my city of Greenfield, is what I'm going to be calling it. I threw down about 5 buildings and some roads just to get myself started, because starting this city is the hardest part. It's like a blank canvas, and there's not really much that I could teach you guys about that, because it's kind of preference on everything that you do, because the beginning is just, you setting up how you want your city to be. I can't tell you how your city is going to be. So anyways, I'm going to start with some simple roads, and the design the design I'm using is actually I have this nice sidewalk here. It's 5 blocks long with this kind of separator in between the bike lane and the sidewalk. And these bike lanes are really important in cities because you want your citizens to have some kind of way of riding their bikes without being in the street and taking up room in front of cars and putting themselves in danger and being on the sidewalk and being in the way of pedestrians or having to go around them. So the roads, 2 lanes, simple, and then a nice big old turning lane here. The reason why I have it straight for so long is because a lot of these buildings are going to have alleys. So yeah, these couple buildings I have down are pretty empty. I don't plan on doing interiors on this series just because it takes so long, and honestly I feel like it's almost a waste of time, but that's just my preference. If you want to have interiors, knock yourself out. But basically what I've been wanting to do ever since I started this city and progress on it is I want to extend this road here that comes off the main road here and extends down and under this nice bridge that I set up. I want to have this kind of loop around here and connect with the road over there somehow, some way. But it's going to be a little difficult. I haven't given a lot of thought to how I want to do it yet, so I'm just going to try to jump into it and explain it on the way. What I'm going to have here is I'm going to extend this a little bit further. Oh, and while I do this, I can explain a little bit about, the world and stuff a little bit further. Basically, the pack I'm using is called Cubed. It's this really amazing build team that I'm a part of, and they have their own pack that changes a lot of the Java textures, and yeah, it's really kind of optimized for city building. You can see textures like the dispenser is actually a microwave, but you have to do some special commands for that. But anyways, I'm gonna start with the intersection like I said. Let me see, here, come over here. So I'm going to be using World Edit for a lot of this because I find it a lot more easy than anything else, building by hand. So, and I know a lot of people feel the same way, so I don't feel too bad about it. This is actually pretty simple, and hopefully I can teach you guys some commands as this series progresses. I know curves were a really big problem for me, and ever since I started using World Edit, it kind of got a lot easier. And building them out by hand a while ago when I used to play on Bedrock was always very difficult, and I had no idea how to do it. They always turned out very horrible. But as you can see, I'm just extending this road out by making it diagonal to add. You never want your roads to be straight. That's a really big rule. You want them to have some kind of texture, some kind of, you know, life. If you get what I'm saying, nothing in the real world is straight. So you want to have either, you know, kind of slant them, or as you can see over there, you know, have them on an incline. Basically what that does is, hold on, let me see where this is. It's like that. Okay, so I'm gonna undo that, rotate that by 180, and then oops, and then basically what that does is it gives, you know, the people walking through your city, you know, something to explore, something to, you know, see and look around, and they will always want to know what's on that next corner. But if you have your roads perfectly straight, then it's going to be really hard for them to stay curious and want to actually explore the city. But oh, what did I do? I messed that up, didn't I? But yeah, this is the first video I've made in years, so I hope it's not too bad for you guys to endure, but I hope somebody somewhere can get some kind of use out of it. Basically, what I'm doing here is I just want to rotate this road so I can get it to go this way, so I can have a nice three-way intersection here. And actually, while I'm at it, something's wrong with my audio. Oh no, I'm just gonna have to restart the game at some point. And it's pretty late here, so I'm sorry about my voice. Why does it keep doing that? It's actually really annoying. Alright, I'm sorry about that, guys. I don't know what was happening there, but I got it figured out, I think. I just have to line everything up so everything's real cohesive. Here I'm just rotating the road this way, and then I'm gonna actually extend this while I'm at it. But yeah, this part's actually really simple, and there's not much to explain. It's just kind of copy and pasting over and over, and this would be a lot harder to do by hand, which is why I'm so grateful to have this world edit. I've only been building on PC for, I'd say, like 4 or 5 years now, but for about, I'd say, almost a decade. I'd play Minecraft on my phone when I first started, and I switched over to a PS4, and it got a lot better once I switched over to PS4, but it was still such a task to build by hand. But yeah, this is a breeze when you have the world edit. So now that I have that pretty extended to where I like it, I'm gonna come over here and I'm going to paste it here. Oh, fuck that up. Let me see. I'm gonna come down here, actually. Have to be on the other side. Yeah, stuff like this, it's not really important, but it still helps to see the process, I suppose. But yeah, we're gonna come over here and paste that, and that should line everything up. And then what I'm gonna keep on doing is I'm just gonna keep extending it opposite direction now, so it's not, you know, kind of making that U shape or whatever, really wide U shape. You can add a little bit of variation if you'd like. I'm doing it pretty symmetrically. If you notice that, I'm actually going to extend it one by here. Roads in real life are never perfect regarding this, so it doesn't really matter how you do it as long as your proportions are correct, but the angle will never matter that much. But you always want to keep in mind, if you're going for realism, that your pedestrians, you know, they're driving, and the wider the turn, the more they have to steer the wheel. So basically, you never want to have too jagged of a turn, or your pedestrians are going to have to make uncomfortable moves while they're just trying to drive through the city. If I'd say so, that looks pretty decent to me. I'm gonna take this same piece. I think I just heard a cave sound. don't know what that was. Uh, over here to the center. I'm going to take clay. Yeah, whatever this block is. You don't have to really use this design. You know, you can have your roads set up however you'd like, but I like this one because it leaves enough room for the cars, but it's also kind of minimalistic if you notice. But everything's up to you really, especially how you want your city is what's most important. But these videos are just going to be for inspiration and not really copying or tutorials on how to do anything specifically. It's just seeing everything that you might learn or you might want to learn in actual practice. That looks good. And then, so now we have the concept of the intersection pretty much complete. And I don't really know what's going on with my world. I had to make a backup for it when I converted it to this version, but it's kind of funky. I don't really like this void, but I can always just fill it in with grass with world edit. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep extending this road a little bit further, and then we can fill in that intersection and, you know, add some stoplights. Extend this one more. We can also add the crosswalks and everything you'd see in a real estate, and hopefully that gives you some kind of direction on how you could set up your intersections or how you could set up your roads. And hopefully by the end of this I end up getting some kind of building placed, but I don't know how I'm gonna do on time, so because I don't want this video to be incredibly long. Here I'm just gonna fill in this sidewalk. And with my sidewalks, you don't have to do this, but I don't like having this perfectly square because if you notice in real life, they do kind of turn. So I usually stick to a design like this, or no, not like that. Something like that. I think it's that. Yeah, that looks fine to me. And then I'm just gonna keep this going on each side. And once I get that done, I'll cut back. Alright, anyways, I got these corners done. It was pretty boring, so that's the reason why I just sped through it. But now we can fill in this intersection here with the concrete or clay or whatever block it is. Honestly, I think it's cyan concrete, which looks pretty good in the default texture pack too. I remember I used to always like that block. So I'm gonna do the base here. Yeah, so I'm not gonna just leave it boring like this. I'm gonna spice it up as well with some kind of, you know, crosswalks and stoplights and you know, the whole shebang. So let me just finish this up. Alright, there we go. So I'm gonna start with the crosswalks, and I want it to be this corner 3 right here. So I'm going to destroy this, and I'm going to cap these off here, and then I can get rid of all of this here, and then I'm going to look for white. here. This, and I'll show you guys why I use these specific blocks for my roads in just a second. It has something to do with the texture pack. I'm just gonna keep on going down like this, and hopefully I can get some road markings into. Yeah. Yeah, so you want to make sure that you have these crosswalks down, or else, you know, your pedestrians won't have a safe place to cross the street. If you look around in real life, you'll always see crosswalks no matter where you go, even in the hood. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. You just gotta get lucky, I guess. But I guess maybe if you do it a certain way, you'll get it every time. But hey, for me, it's easier to just do it as the way I just did it. But yeah, hopefully that wasn't too long. Yeah. So I'll eventually do that for the whole city. Sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't, just because it takes a while. But I always like to catch up on days that I'm not doing anything else, where I'm running out of build ideas, and that's something you can do too. Whenever you feel like you don't have any inspiration for building, or you can't think of anything, just build roads. Yeah, I like to do that just because it gives me time to explore my city a little bit, extend it, and yeah, so let me see how far this is actually. from over here. Alright, that's not too bad. How do I want to do this? I think what I'm actually going to do is right here, I'm going to have another intersection, and I'm going to then have a third one all the way down there, just because this is a really long street if you just leave it as one lane or one street. So yeah, for this one I'm just gonna extend this, and since I already showed you guys how to build these roads and what goes into it, I'm just gonna cut to me finishing it, or when it's done, and hopefully I'll have enough time to at least start a building, and if not, that's alright, I can do it in the next episode. And hopefully while we're talking about that, I hope for you guys that I can make at least one of these a day, at least maybe out there every other day, but I do have a job and I do go to school and I do have a life. But yeah, I'm on this game a lot, so hopefully the upload schedule won't be too sporadic now. But and yeah, I'm just gonna speed through this really quick, and my goal for before the next episode, I want to have the replay mod, so you guys aren't just watching my perspective, you guys can see this come along from a bird's eye view, and hopefully that's a little bit more entertaining, and you guys can see the entire progress that I make, not just from my perspective, but you know, the entire progress. I don't know if that really made a lot of sense, but hopefully you guys are getting me. It's getting real late now, so I'm getting less and less, you know, knowledgeable, and I'm making less and less sense. But yeah, so I'm just gonna keep extending this down, and I'm gonna speed this up real quick for you guys. So I extended the road to where I want it to be, but now I'm gonna add that first intersection I was talking about. Now that I'm looking at it, I think I'm gonna extend that road as well a little bit further, just so I can have enough room and not make these blocks too wide, or yeah, these city blocks too wide or too short. So I'm gonna come here, or you know what I can actually do, because I'm feeling a little bit lazy. So I'm just gonna take this whole intersection and copy and paste it over, just because it's so much simpler than building another one all out by hand. And oh, you know what I forgot? I forgot to add streetlights. I'll do that once I'm gonna do it now, so I can have it on the other side of the road as well. That'll make a lot more sense. So I'm not actually gonna build these. I'm going to hold on, give me a second. I'm not actually gonna build these. I'm just gonna copy and paste the ones that I already have, but I'll show you guys the designs for these. So I started with a thick base, and I found these little road heads that I like. This one's stopping, you know, don't walk. This one's saying you got 5 seconds left, and then you come up here, you got your road sign, and then your traffic lights, and then you come up a little bit further, and you actually have the lights, just for a little bit of extra design and detail, and you know, I'm sure the pedestrians appreciate it as well. And now that I'm thinking about it, I don't think I can actually use these because this is for a different lane length. So I'm just gonna take all these blocks and have you guys build it with me. And now that I'm looking at it, I don't think I'm gonna have enough time for why is it doing that? I gotta go over here. But I don't think I'm gonna have enough time to build a building, but I'll make sure that that's the first thing I do. Oh, why is it giving me this? Done. I don't know why it's like that. I guess I'll just fix that at a later date. But yeah, let me come back over here. Let me make sure I got this in my head so I can keep them pretty similar, like along the same design. Take these gates as well. This and this, and then I'm just gonna cut so when I get back over there. Alright, so I'm back, guys, and I accidentally placed 2 blocks, but yeah, let me, I don't want you guys to miss out on that. So I'm just gonna build up to the height that I think is good. I don't think I'm gonna keep these the exact same height as over there. That's just a lot of numbers that I really don't want to remember. But yeah, I can get rid of this, and then I'm gonna need the dark oak. And I actually really like the texture for the dark oak in this pack. It's very, very nice. I don't know what else to say about that, but yeah, so I'm just going to extend it like this. This, and I can lower these. I'm gonna need a base block like this. I'm gonna extend these down, and these are actually going to be pretty hard to replicate for you guys, so I'm sorry about that. But if you are using the cube texture pack, then hopefully you guys find some kind of inspiration with this light design. Oh, that's way too close. Keep going and here, and I might want to line this up with the center, which is there, I think. Yeah. So 1, 2, 3, and then get rid of all this. There we go. And that looks pretty good to me. But actually, no, it doesn't. I lied to you guys. I'm sorry. Oh my god. And then I could do something like this. I don't know how this is going to work out, but I don't like how this is just perfectly straight. I want it to have a little bit of texture. How can I do that? How did I do it over there? Hold on, guys. Give me 2 seconds. Alright guys, I'm back, and I think I have it figured out now. I can actually do this. I'm going to cheat a little bit and come up here. That's too difficult. I'm going to do this instead. So I can actually raise it just by changing the Y coordinate of the gate. So I'm going to build one of these for you guys real quick, just so you guys can see how I do it. And I'm gonna copy this same design on all 4 corners. Here we go. And that looks pretty good to me, but hold on. I think I'm gonna add a little bit of depth to this. There we go. And if I do that, yeah, there we go. So I can actually thicken these up. Plus, I can make these a little bit thick. Oh, what am I doing? There we go. And there we go. So, that's that taken care of. And then I'm gonna go up 1 more so I can do the light, the aforementioned light, like so. And then there we go. To do like this. There we go. And I'm gonna go up a couple more. There we go. And there we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. I think I'm gonna go up 2 here. What time is it? It is 3:06 in the morning. Wow. Like that. And then, ooh, how do I want this? I think I'm gonna angle it that way. I'll clean these up a little bit. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, asymmetry is a big part of, you know, building good in Minecraft. You want everything to look even and symmetrical and nice, so always make sure you're doing that. I actually want to go out a little bit further. Not all the time is asymmetry great, but most of the time it is. There's a select few instances, but you want to try to remember that even is good. It's nice in the eyes. It doesn't make people think too hard. Yeah, some basic concepts. How many did I build for this one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I can come on this side. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There we go. That's good. That was loud. Oh, I can't see. Oh my god. The sun is blinding me. Yeah. Go. Came out 10. I can do this. Okay. 2, 3. There we go. And then I can come up 1, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, yeah, that was 7. Thought I messed up there. I can come up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And go on the other side of this. There we go. And 4, 5, 6, 7. Boom. And there we go. That's the street light design. So I'm gonna take this and copy it onto the other sides, and then should be good to go. And I think I'm gonna actually end the episode after this. No, I didn't get too much done, but it was just an introduction to everything, and it was a lot of talking, but you know, hopefully you guys like to listen to my voice. But if you don't, I get that. I'm gonna come up here. Need to count. That should be good. And then I can come up here. And what I'm doing is I'm just setting the parameters for where I need to copy and paste. Well, just copy. But I already set my first position. There we go. And then I can get rid of all of this. And for things like this, I like to always get right on top of it so I know exactly where it's going to be. So like that, 13,000 blocks. Wow. I don't think that's 13,000 blocks. Rotate 90, and then if I'm looking this way, I go this way. So I don't think this is the right one. Let me see real quick. Paste that in. Yeah, I didn't think so. Yeah. So I'm gonna rotate it 90 more. And I'm actually only gonna do it on 2 corners, since I don't need all 4. Since there's 2 stoplights, you know, you're driving here, you look at that one, you're on, you guys get it. There we go. And just for a little bit more, since I'm feeling a little bit fancy, I'm just gonna cap these off with oh my god. I'm going to cap these off with trapdoors. And there we go. And that also blends that texture together so it looks all cohesive. Yep, I should have did this beforehand, but I guess it's too late now. Say there we go a lot. I'm sorry about that, guys. Looks good to me. Say that a lot too. Okay. And one more. And we should be good. There we go. And that's it. That's the intersection. So if you guys liked the video, like it, you know, as you should. Like the video, subscribe, and like I said, hopefully you guys will be getting one of these a day. Hopefully the content isn't too long. Let me know what you guys think, what you guys want. I just want to make something that everybody can, you know, gain something from and appreciate and take something home and use in their own worlds. I feel like I got a couple good ideas, maybe not a lot, but yeah, maybe you guys can use some of this to your advantage. And since it's not so much a tutorial, hopefully you guys just get impressions and ideas and inspiration on what you want to do in your own worlds. Yeah, that's it, guys. Peace.